In this video, I'm going to answer all your homemade butter questions, or at least as many as I can. There were quite a few questions and some overlapping ones, so I've tried to group them together to keep things as clear and to the point as possible. Firstly, a lot of you were asking how to actually make the butter. It really is as simple as pouring cold thickened cream into your mixer. And honestly, there really isn't a correct amount of cream. You can use as much or as little as you want. I would just strongly suggest that you don't overfill your bowl. Once the butter does form and you get your buttermilk and you're still whisking, it will splash everywhere and it will be messy. You're then going to beat the cream in your mixer until it separates into butter and buttermilk. I beat the cream and now I have butter and buttermilk. Okay, so I'm going to pop the butter into another bowl with water and ice. What you're left with is buttermilk, and I'm going to strain that into a jar. That's buttermilk. So you can do this under running cold water, but when I do have the time, I prefer to do it in a bowl of ice water. Okay, you're going to squeeze out all the extra liquid, and I do change the water in the bowl until I have a clear liquid. Okay, once you're done with squeezing out all the liquid, you can knead the butter and you're going to add a pinch of salt. Adding salt is optional, but it really just depends on what you're using it for. I love it with a little bit of salt. Clean hands. You can use wooden paddles to shape it, or you can just use your hands, really, whatever is best. My butter is getting really soft. That's why you need to work really quickly, but it is a really warm day, so try and shape it, knead it as quickly as possible. Okay. as simple as that. Homemade butter. Okay, butterbell, butter dish. There were a lot of questions about the butterbell and whether it's the same as a butter dish. Now, this small container is what's known as a butterbell. It's a small container designed specifically to keep butter fresh and spreadable without refrigeration. So it has two parts, the lid where you pack in the butter and a base where you put a little bit of water in there, and the water creates an airtight seal, protecting the butter from air and keeping it fresh at room temperature. This is a butter dish. So this is a simple tray with a lid where the butter is stored, and it doesn't create an airtight seal. So the butter stored in a butter dish may not stay as fresh or soft at room temperature for as long. The butterbell's water seal helps preserve the butter better, which is why, that sounded like a tongue twister, which is why I chose to go for a butterbell, because we use this on toast and things like that, so we always prefer to have soft butter on hand. And after doing a little bit of research, I realized that you can't keep butter in a butter dish on the bench without refrigeration for too long, whereas with this one you can. And I do believe adding a bit of salt into the butter adds a bit of life to the butter too. There were a few other questions all around the brand of cream and the type of cream. Yes, the type of cream matters. You do need a thickened cream, or what's known as heavy cream or whipping cream in other parts of the world. That type of cream works best because of the high fat content, which is essential for butter to form. I'd always avoid low fat cream because it won't have enough fat in it to turn into butter. As for the actual brand of heavy cream, it can matter depending on its quality and how it's processed. I've tried a few different creams from different supermarkets. What you need to do is look for a heavy cream with at least about 35-36% of fat, and the amount of fat can affect how much butter you get and the texture of the butter as well. So look, in general, fresher, higher quality cream does make a better butter, but I've tried quite a few different brands from Woolies, from Coles, and also from Aldi, and I find the one that gives me the best texture and flavor is the one that I get from Aldi. Also, a lot of questions about where I purchased my butterbell. I found so many online at so many different prices. I ended up just buying this one from Kitchen Warehouse. It was on sale for $10. So works a treat. I've had it for a little while now and we use it all the time. We always have homemade butter on our kitchen bench now and we love it.